friends, this is Casper the Boy Diviner here today, and I wanted to talk to you about... You see my tongue is slowly, I don't know, rotting away or something. I haven't been able to put words in my head to the tongue in my mouth. Okay, I'm sorry if I feel a bit scattered today. I've been a bit stressed out. This is filmed during the corona pandemic across the world. In any case, that was a video that I really wanted to make. I was kind of passionate about it, but I wasn't sure if this is the right time. I wanted to do a video called Decks I Will Never Buy. To give you an analogy, some people will never buy the Thoth Tarot deck because of Aleister Crowley and what he has done. So in a way, I wanted to talk about that, about how some creators, maybe they didn't treat their Kickstarter backers well, maybe they were accused of plagiarism, maybe all these things. And a lot of people, not a lot, most people on my Instagram, when I asked this poll, they all said yes, do it. Just be clear, just be objective, just tell your truth. At the same time, there were a significant amount that said maybe 2% of the people who responded said that I was just spreading negativity. And for me, I feel like negativity is important in a way, and we all should face that. For me, I would like to know before I buy a deck if someone did something that could make me feel uncomfortable or could give me a bad experience compared to others. So that's how I felt. But out of the 4 or 5 decks I wanted to talk about, 2 of them were about Kickstarter issues, and this is what I want to talk about today, because I won't mention those decks, but I feel like I've learned a lot reading about those decks and not supporting the creator in the campaigns after, to save myself pain and trouble. And so I thought I wanted to talk about how I usually prep myself before I back a Kickstarter deck. Okay, today I'm talking about 5 factors, and let's go through the 5 factors one by one. Okay, so number 1, immediately I would check creator. On Kickstarter, you should be able to click on the creator's name in the campaign, and you can look at the other campaigns they have created before. Once you've seen the campaigns they've created before, look for those that were successfully funded, and then click into that and read the comments left by people there. You can go through some of the public updates, you can go through the comments on the general campaign and read about the general sentiments. When there are people who are angry, and there are a lot of them, you should be pretty wary. Something is going on, I'm not saying that it's always the creator's fault. Of course, doing Kickstarter is tough. People have different views. One of the Kickstarters I recently backed, maybe like half of the people want linen cardstock, the other half don't care. They hate linen cardstock. So a creator can only do their best to make the best decision for their own art, and all of us as backers, we just want to support them. However they go, we should be supportive, and some backers are not. Some backers are very vocal, some backers are really negative, not in a bad way. Sometimes they are in a bad way, they're angry. But if you read through that, you can sort of see a trend. Like, is the creator responsible? Is the creator responding? Is the creator listening to their backers? One of the biggest things I feel like was how responsive were they? Did they respond to everyone? Did they answer every question? And if they didn't, why did they not do that? Was there an explanation? Was there an update about a family issue? I don't know. How respectful was the creator to their backer? Okay, because I feel like sometimes Kickstarter can be like a short-term loan thing. I hate that, when you back a creator, they take maybe 1.5 years to work on the deck, and when you just give them nice feedback, like some people were so nice and they were like, to be honest, I prefer the old design compared to this new one. And the creator is like, okay, sure, then I can refund you if you don't want the deck. They already lent you the money for 2 years. You should be returning that with interest if you were intending to refund them, okay? Or else, to me, I'm pretty angry when people feel like refunds solve the thing. Hey, I lost my money for 2 freaking years. If it's a loan, you better pay me the interest back, 10% per month or something, Not just return me my money just because you didn't you changed your original product that was stated on the campaign. Things like that just get me angry. I'm so sorry for suddenly just feeling a bit of fury. I meditate, I should be better than this. But in cases like that, I just feel not happy. And when I read those things, I know this is not a backer, this is not a creator for me. If you can accept that, if you can accept them just throwing refunds at you just because they are not happy with your feedback, or they are not happy with you voicing your feelings, then that's not a creator that, I mean, if you feel like it's okay, then you can go back them. Okay, I'm just telling you to read those comments, read those updates to see if the creator suits you. I'm not trying to impose how I feel. You should read it and see how you feel about this creator. Because if it happened once for one campaign, it's likely to happen again and again and again. Some creators create a new account to do their new campaigns, or they hire someone to do it. I'm not saying don't go with them. When they hire someone new, maybe the person managing that account will be better than the previous time that they did it themselves. But I still recommend you Google the creator and see whether they have done any Kickstarter campaigns, okay? Okay, so that's the first thing I'll do. The second thing I'll do is to read the updates. How long has it been since they were promised? You know, in every Kickstarter campaign, when you pledge, they tell you this is the estimated deadline when I will send you the product and send you the stuff. Go look at the updates, go look at the comments. Were there people who didn't receive their things on time? Were there a lot of delays? I know sometimes Kickstarter is tough, but when there's a delay, was there a good explanation? How long was the delay? Were people who were cordial and just telling them, hey, I haven't received my stuff yet? Were they responded to? I don't want to back a Kickstarter to just not get anything, and that has happened to me before. I have been burnt, guys. I have been burnt. That's why I know, and that's why I'm so careful when I back a Kickstarter deck. So when I see someone not being responded to, that's more important to me, because I want someone to tell me if I'm not getting my stuff. That's most important to me. I've seen so many Kickstarters where after a year or so, the creator just disappears and there's no way to reach out to them, and I hate that. So make sure you look at the previous stuff, not only to look at the comments, how you feel, but now really literally see if they got their stuff. Okay, was the last update? I have sent out the remaining 1,000 decks. Everyone should be getting their stuff now. Look at the comments and see how many thank yous are there. Thank you so much for giving me the stuff. Thank you, I received it. Yay, I can't wait to work with it. Versus the number of people saying, I haven't received my things. Where is my things? And having no response. That is a red flag. That is a warning sign for me. I will not back a creator again if they didn't have a good reason, or they were unresponsive to people not receiving their stuff. People who paid for something should get something, unless, you know, the whole project was really, you know, either a scam for money or something bad happened, you know. Of course, so read and use your own discretion. This is just letting you know how I discern whether was the Kickstarter campaign really successful. It's successfully funded, it doesn't mean everyone received it successfully. Third thing is a smaller thing. It's not really important. Maybe you guys don't agree with me. Don't give me too much hate. Just press dislike and say I disagree. But if you're enjoying my point so far, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out. It helps me grow, helps me create these kinds of content. So the third thing I will really check is the prices that the creator sells the deck for before and after a Kickstarter. For me, if I'm a backer, if I go on a limb to give you money first so you can create your product, I kind of feel like I deserve maybe a lesser price, you know, a lower price. So what I do sometimes is, if the creator has successfully done their campaign, sent things out, they were responsive, they were nice. A small thing that sometimes I'll do is I'll look at the pledge that they had, I'll look at the price, I'll look at their current store and see if they're selling the deck. If they're selling the deck, I compare those prices. In some cases, the deck after is sold at a lower price. I would check, okay, I don't care about sales, I only care about the pre-sales price. And if it's lower, it makes me less inclined because I know I can get that deck after I back it at a cheaper price. So I don't want to back it, you know. If it's successful, I'm just gonna wait. I can wait. I can play the waiting game. I have 40 decks. I don't need a deck ASAP. I say that and then I'm still super angry that I'm not receiving my Star Spinner Turtle. I don't know, it's all about expectations, right? And I'm the sort that would check the prices. Creator that is pretty good on this is Uzi. You can check Uzi's current prices on their store versus their Kickstarter prices. Their Kickstarter prices, at least I checked a few, they were always cheaper than the time when they hit the store. Of course, after they hit the store, there can be some refinements done. That's beyond the case. If there are refinements done, if it's cheaper because of the refinements, I understand that. I think another thing I want to always think about is those kind of refinements that they do and how fast they do it. But that's a side point. That's not super important to me. The next factor is also another one that might be contentious, is how fast were they picked up by mass market publishers after the previous campaigns were done. We checked that they were nice during the campaign, they were responsive to their people, they were courteous, they were accepting, they were helpful. We found that they sent their decks out in their previous campaigns well. We checked the prices, and in their store now it's a bit more expensive, so this is great. This seems like a perfect person to back. At this point in time, I probably would back them. But maybe a fourth thing that sometimes I will try to take notice is how fast did that deck go mass market. And going mass market is not a bad thing. I feel like I'm happy for the creator when they go mass market. I think the points that I might want to check out is how different is the mass market version from the indie version when they explain it, because there should be an explanation. The indie version should be special because we did back it. Even if it's just gilding, you know, just let us have it, okay? Let us feel better. As backers, we should receive our decks first before it goes mass market, before people get it mass market. There are past Kickstarter campaigns when the mass market decks arrive at people's houses before the indie version arrived. That is unacceptable to me. I paid for the deck. I mean, not literally me, but people paid for the deck, waited a year, didn't receive their decks, and people are already buying the mass market version. There was not even the courtesy of sending the mass market version to these backers alongside of, you know, if your indie version is still not ready, send the mass market over, send the indie version after, for free, you know, do something. It is unacceptable to me that I would back a campaign and not receive a deck, and people are buying the deck already and getting it for cheaper, getting it for better, getting it quicker than me who have started backing from the start. And the last factor, this is honestly actually the first factor you should take note of, but I've left it to the end. You should look at the decks themselves. You know what? Does the art resonate with you? Don't be afraid to back something, ask questions, and then leave. You know, if it doesn't work with you. There's another small thing, another small factor that I didn't really want to talk about, but sometimes, you know, the art that is shown is not the full art of the deck. So you see the art, it resonates with you, back it, then ask questions. I think some people are really good at this. Some people might find backers like this really pushy. I try my best not to be pushy, but sometimes I just want to see the pip art, okay? You show me the majors, you show me the chords, those are beautiful, fine. Now show me the pip cards, because I have so much fear that the pip cards would just be pips. Like literally 3 coins compared to the beauty of the majors and the chords. And that's one of my biggest fears when I'm backing, that suddenly, all of a sudden, after everyone has backed it, before I can cancel my pledge, they suddenly just say, hey, anyway, the pips will be pip style. Nightmare. So make sure that the art suits your taste, make sure the deck suits your taste. Don't be afraid to back something and ask questions in the comment section, or message the creator about your questions. And you know, that's also a good starter to see, you know, what kind of creator are they? What kind of campaign person are they? Do they respond to you? Do they answer your questions honestly? Some of the bad campaigns that I've seen, I've clicked back and I've seen the change in the creator's tone once they, you know, either become stressed because they were so late, or after they got the money. So anyway, be careful guys. You don't have to do all the due diligence I do. I just hate feeling like I've been cheated. I just hate that feeling. I don't like being ghosted. I don't know how much of this is related to my love life, but anyway, those are things that I really dislike, and I don't want it to happen when I'm backing a deck. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please leave a like and subscribe. And you guys have a great rest of the day. You take care. Bye!